thank y'all for watching Persistent Bosses podcast brought to you by NOLA Persistence. My name is Lisa C. Laird. I am the host and CEO of NOLA Persistence. Our guest today on our podcast is Liz Broekman, Regional Director and Business Development of OnPath Credit Union. Here on Persistent Bosses, we discuss obstacles. We talk about objections, but we also talk about the wins we have in sales. And Liz is a winner. I wanted her on my show because if you were to look up the definition of a successful businesswoman in New Orleans, you would see her picture. She knows how to win, and I think she's going to definitely paint us a great picture on how to get success. So thank you so much, Liz, for being here.
Thank you, Lisa.
So I want to do a little introduction to Liz. So you are a big deal to me because a little over a year ago, I started doing presentations. I've done training for insurance agencies, but it wasn't until St. Bernard Chamber last August, a little over a year ago, they met me at a coffee function. They're like, oh, you're loud. You get people's attention. Do you teach sales? I'm like, well, yeah, I could teach anyone sales. Oh, do a presentation. That was my first invite. My other sales seminars, I kind of had to solicit them. I had to put my name out there. Do you need a speaker? Mm-hmm. I met you at the Jefferson Chamber.
Yeah.
And you haven't even heard me speak. And we had a great conversation and you gave me an opportunity. And you can ask my husband, for weeks I prepared for that because I told my husband to have someone say, I heard you're good. I've never heard you. I don't shy around for an opportunity. Mm-hmm. And because you're a successful businesswoman, when I told people, you know, Liz and Tomas, Liz asked you, oh my goodness, it made me feel so good. And it's like when you're trying to grow a business, it truly is about who you know. It's about business relationships.
Yes.
But anyone I talk to have nothing negative to say about you. And another thing of why I wanted you here, I'm very big about teaching people be visible. Mm-hmm. You can't expect people to give you referrals if you're not visible.
Exactly.
Whenever I have someone come to me, Lisa, teach me how to get more referrals. Okay, so what do you do for your existing clients and relationships? Oh, you send them postcards once a year. Okay. Oh, so you close deals and you never follow up. So why would they support your business? You don't stay visible. And whenever I look at your social media, because I'm quite that investigator, 70% of what you share on social media is not even about you. It's not even about OnPath. It's about others. Now I know why you have the reputation you have. So it is an honor to have you on my show. But before I go, everyone has a journey. Everyone has a story. How did you get to OnPath Credit Union?
That is a journey. That's a story. So I was never in banking or finance. I actually have a degree in teaching, art history. So in 2009, I had a real estate license and I was invited to come and work for First Bank and Trust to handle their REO portfolio, which is their foreclosed properties. So that's how I got into banking. And then from there, I left and went to Fidelity Bank with Tammy O'Shea, who I had worked with at First Bank and Trust. And then she asked me if I would come and work with her at Fidelity Bank to run the Power program, which was for women entrepreneurs. And that was a huge success, a passion for me to be able to help women entrepreneurs in their journey of business and success. And from there, I was asked to go to OnPath and to do business development with OnPath, which has really it was a change because I went from strictly dealing with women entrepreneurs to broadening the resources that I'm giving out to others and helping more people. So that's the short story of how I got to OnPath. Business development was not really a name that I ever had. Like I didn't have that title until I was at OnPath. But in everything that I did before that, it was business development. That's what I was doing. I was building relationships, and that's the biggest part of what I do.
It says a lot about you because when you're persistent, you get opportunities, but you don't keep them unless you're consistent. So you have to be consistent with your growth. You have to be consistent with your employees. One thing you're very consistent with is networking. Yes. As busy as you are, I know you have to be tired, especially when you do those Saints games on Sunday. I know you have to be tired, but you make an attempt to go. You don't make excuses not to go. And why do I like that? When I train people, I give 2 examples. Availability, opportunity. If you truly believe you only want to work between 8 and 4, the opportunities are not always there.
Right.
The opportunities are after 4 o'clock. And
or
then
before 8.
Oh, before 8. You have to keep moving. So I want to ask this question to you. If somebody said, Liz, do you think I should start networking? What would your response be?
Well, absolutely. Start networking and start small. You don't have to go to everything. I mean,
Right.
people, say, how do you do this, all of this, Liz? But you don't have to do everything that I do, but choose something first. Go to a chamber event. Look on Eventbrite. Look on Facebook for events that are happening that you can be a part of. And you can start with your social contacts first if you want to do that, and then grow into the business. Get some practice with the people that you're used to and you're accustomed to talking to. That's how I would start.
So something I try to encourage whenever I have someone new to sales, new growing a business, and I'm always trying to push relationships. And I will tell them this, if you're trying to get a better relationship with a client and you haven't gotten many referrals, invite them to a networking event. Why wouldn't that build their business? And I'm a firm believer, you should pay that fee. If this is a customer that supports your business every month, why couldn't you say, what, $10, $20?
Yes.
I mean, the Jefferson Chamber brought, why not show them that?
And what that does too, it gives them like the confidence, like, oh, they invited me to this networking event. So it gives them confidence. And then while you're with them, they're going to be reluctant to talk about themselves, but you can brag about them. Come and meet my friend. Come and meet this woman that's, doing these great things. And this is her business. And so when you're talking about someone else, you can get more excited about it. You're promoting them. And then it gives that person the more confidence to really be there for the networking themselves.
I think you are solving a problem though, because if someone says, oh, if somebody needs my services, can you think of me? I'm great at selling Lisa's products, but I can't really sell what Liz and OnPath does. It's not my products. I can refer it. But if I bring you to a networking event and I let you shake 20 hands and introduce what you do, it's so important because people buy from you before your services.
Yes.
And I wish that more networkers would not just bring their other sales friend that they play ball and exchange leads. Bring those clients.
The clients.
You have done, listen, I wish I could refer you more business, but I'd love for you to meet someone. They're very hard to get on the phone. Why don't you come to this networking event?
That's great. Yeah.
So here's another thing. You are president of the Kenner Business Association.
Yes.
You are also the ambassador for Jefferson Chamber. What else are you on the board for?
Oh. I'm on the board of trustees for Ursuline Academy. I am on the board for ECHO, which is a Hispanic initiative to help students learn, preparing for the ACT and the getting FAFSA training, admissions, going to college. So it's really for the road to college. I don't speak Spanish, but I'm very passionate about the community. So that's why they've invited me to do that. OnPath has the initiative, the Juntos Avanzamos initiative. And so I've been very involved with the Hispanic community through that. So that's that connection. What else? I'm on several. So
here's a question. I'm a big networker. I think I'm in 9 groups. And I have been a president of my BNI many, many years ago. And I have people approach me, oh, come join this, come be on this board. What are the benefits of being on a board? And it's not that I don't want to make someone successful. I think I get worried about the time commitment. But tell us further, like, how does it make you better as a networker when you actually join these boards?
So when you get on a board, you need to know your commitment ahead of time.
Okay.
Some boards say, oh, we just meet 4 times a year for an hour. It's small time commitment. Others say we're meeting monthly and there's a financial commitment as well. I'm on some boards that require a financial contribution. And so what I get out of it, when you're in a room at a table with 12 people, 13 people, whatever, you're going to get to know them better.
Right.
And they're going to start building trust in you, and they're going to know who you are. They may not know exactly what you do because you're all tied to this one organization. But once they build that relationship with you as a person, they're going to trust you. And then when they do find out what you do, they're going to go to you and ask you for resources.
So I made the compliment earlier about your social media posts because I don't want to say I'm a stalker, but as a salesperson, I'm big about my investigation monies. I believe not that you're stalking people, but you need to be prepared for conversations.
Right.
I'll make a really fun joke. So when I did Chalmette High, some of the girls are like, I don't know if I could go check on businesses. That's funny. I'm like, well, if you like someone at school, you don't go look at their social media to see if they're single. You don't go to see what they like. And they're all giggling because they all do it. And I said, sales isn't so much stalking. We're just preparing for the conversation. So here's a good question for you. I am one of these people. I don't see competition. I believe that when you start feeling like you're a competitor, you sometimes say the wrong thing. You seem desperate, dirty. I believe we should all collaborate. And do you think other credit unions, it's like I can tell when you're sitting at the table and there's other credit unions at the table and we're doing our 2 minutes, you don't shy away ugly or try to change what they said. So do you believe that as professionals, we need to collaborate more and quit trying to compete with each other?
Most definitely. That's something that I've always felt, that collaboration is going to get you a lot further than competition. When you're negative, people are going to associate negativity with you when they hear you, if they hear you talking negative. But if they hear you talking positive, then they're going to want to be around you. They're going to want your support. Because they'll know that if you're talking good about people to them, you're going to talk good about them to other people. So it's just like, when you talk to people that are very like behind your back, your friends that are like gossipy and stuff. Well, those are the people that I would worry about them gossiping about me. Right. So it's the same in business. Talk positive about other businesses. And if, like with other credit unions, we all have our special niche. Right. Credit unions are amazing. We're not for profit. So it's an amazing organization to be a member in. And that's another thing that I love, is that we are member based. I love being a part of a membership. So when we're talking about others, even like banks, like I wouldn't talk bad about a bank, because a bank is going to offer different things that a credit union is going to be able to offer. And just for any business, you look for the good and the ways that other people can benefit from them.
So I'm as a president of the Kinder Business Association, I do want to talk about membership retention. Do you feel some people fail at networking because they don't show up and they don't utilize it?
I think that if we try to stress that if you participate, it's what you put into it is what you're going to get out. Because you can't just join, send your check in and expect all the business to come to you. That's not going to happen. People have to know who you are. They have to see you. They have to hear you, whether it's on social media or just from other people that are sharing information about you. But going to those networking events, a lot of times you're going to a member's business, their actual business, so you get to see what they're doing in person. But you're also getting to build those relationships and build trust. So the more you see people, the more they see you, the more they're going to believe in you, and the more they're going to trust you.
So we're going to talk a little bit about culture in New Orleans. And this is so funny because when I train people, and not so much in the city of New Orleans and Metairie, but when you get to like St. Bernard, Plaquemines Parish, Livingston Parish, even, around the Houma area, it's all about who you know. They could care less about your resume. They don't care if you did business with ABC nationwide company. They want to ask you, what's your last name? Who's your mama? Who's your daddy? Where'd you go to school?
Where'd you go to school? Yes.
And my question is, if, those skills are important, but again, that may get you an appointment, but doesn't keep an appointment. So let's say you were in Texas. Do you think the approach is different, or you think all cities have their own little niche?
I think they all have their little niche, because I'm sure Texas has their own little cliquey areas and people know each other. But I don't think that people in those communities are like New Orleans community. And I don't think that the bond is as strong as it is here. I mean, it's 3 degrees of separation here, whereas everywhere else it's 6. So here in New Orleans, I think it's harder for people from out of state when they come in town, for them to get accustomed to the culture. You don't
sound like you're from here.
Yeah, that's the first thing. Where are you from? North of the border. North of I-10. So, I think it's more difficult for other people who come into our area to make those connections rather than us going to other places. Because people like us, we can go to Texas, we can go to Atlanta, whatever, and we're going to make friends.
Right,
because
right.
We do that. That's just what we do in New Orleans.
So if you have a lady that transfers from Ohio, I'm picking on my media guy. She starts at OnPath and she says, I'm doing business banking. I need to learn how to build relationships. I'm not having any luck. Your advice is probably going to be
follow me.
Follow me.
Come with me. And I mean, all of the events that I go to, I mean, I could invite you. I would just definitely share the organizations that are beneficial. There's ABWA, there's the Chamber of Jefferson Chamber, New Orleans Chamber. There are so many organizations that do business together, and some overlap. So you're going to see people, in the same places sometimes, but a lot of times you meet brand new people and you're like, I mean, I'm still meeting people. I'm like, how do I not know you? And you just never know.
So how do you pick, like you do great on your social media and I know it's all you, but how do you pick what to share? Do you just try to find the event that's coming up in the next week, or is it someone you do business with, or do people message you? I'm not gonna lie. I'll message Liz because I know she's great social media. I'm like, Liz, I got a presentation coming up. Blast it for me. But I'm sure people don't call you out all day. No,
people aren't really asking me to do it. I do it because I love it and because I love people and I love my friends and I want them to succeed. I have a lot of followers on Facebook, so I figure if I can share it, it's going to get to a lot of people. Instagram and LinkedIn is such a great source for sharing information too. But for me, it's better for me to promote other people than it is to say, look at me. Now, I will promote OnPath. I do post a lot about what we do. We have all these products that we have, and I'm still building those relationships with people to let them know who I am and what I do, because that was a shift from when I left my former job to this.
Yeah.
I had to not reinvent myself, but I had to I had a new story. I had a new message for people. And that has been 2 years now, and I'm still working on those relationships that I've had over years, but then it's how do I transfer that relationship from banking into credit union and make it even and not put down where I used to work, because I don't want to make it sound like where I was working is bad. It's just different now.
I think it's great because I've been in the insurance business prior to doing sales coaching. And I'll have insurance agents like, oh, why don't you try to do everything? I'm like, well, you'll never be an expert if you want to say you do everything. You can't network. You can't bond with anybody. So if you were like, OnPath can do everything every other bank was, I mean, that's just, and I think competition has its place. I do believe Coca-Cola wouldn't be who they are without Pepsi.
Yeah.
You got to have that other person making you step it up and be a little bit better. But I wanted your opinion on that because doing this little sales training thing, I'm different from a lot of business coaches, but at the same time, I look similar. And one thing I always tell them is, call me. I'll share ideas. I'll show you my sales packet. I have no shame. It's not that I feel like I'm giving you the answers. I want to hear what you do, how you're successful. I just feel like growth would happen in numbers faster. I want everyone to win. And I feel like that's why I wanted you here. You and I have the same mentality. I want everyone to win. I want to clap for everyone.
Right. And what you do, I mean, there are other coaches in town that y'all have the same goal, but you do it differently.
Right.
And it's so cool to have all of these different voices and these different personalities to work with, because today I might need someone with your personality, and then next week I might need some training from somebody else that has a different point of view.
So this wasn't one of my questions, but I have to ask you.
Okay.
So please tell everybody about what you do on Sunday. Who are you a part of? You have your own little club.
Well, it's not really a club, but we are the Super Dames. There are 3 of us, and we dress up with a Superdome hat, and we wear capes, and we always wear the same clothes.
So cute.
From Sparkle City.
So cute.
We started this 3 years ago because we would go to the games and we would dress up in sparkles and stuff and put glitter on our faces, but we didn't have like the identity that we really wanted. And we said, well, we're powerful women, so we're gonna be the Super Dames. It started out as dames, Super Dames in French, but we've just blossomed, and we go to events, we get invited to make appearances.
Oh, that's so cool!
And
so you took a risk.
Yes, we took
And you
a
got
risk.
noticed.
We did. And
That's awesome.
we were with some of the players this week, and we said, "Oh, we're the Super Dames," and they said, "Wait, were you wearing pink capes at the game?" And we're like, "Yes, that was us." So it's fun to be noticed, getting on the jumbotron and things like that. But what we want to do is just spread happiness and make people happy, and they want to take pictures, and so it's like, yeah, we'll give you time for a picture, and it's a blessing.
I'm bringing that up because the podcast I did recently was on the psychology of sports.
Oh, okay.
So, and it was, John Baranko and I had a great
yes.
meeting. But
speaking of networkers.
Oh, yeah, he's a big networker. But the reason why I'm bringing up the Saints, because we both had the same opinion. If you have Tulane, LSU, and the Saints all lose in one weekend, you wait till Wednesday. Like, we are such a passionate city about our football. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, in the banking industry, do you guys see that on Monday after all our teams lose? Like, nobody's... And, I actually thought this was funny. I had somebody give me a statistics that judges, when their team loses on the weekend, give the harshest sentences on Monday. And I was like...
so interesting.
Really? And it's some type of statistic. And I'm like, oh, they don't know New Orleans. We're so, But do you see that sometimes in the business world? Like, if all our teams lose, my gosh.
It's a mini depression. I mean, people are not as upbeat, but when they win, you really do see the energy.
Yeah.
On a Monday, you see the energy, you feel it. And when there's no winning, then you kind of have a little bit more of a mellow Monday.
But that's our culture. We are so passionate about our Saints, and about
LSU,
our people,
and Tulane, and yes,
oh gosh,
and Mardi Gras.
Oh yeah,
come Mardi Gras, then every day's exciting.
In sales, it's very hard because we're coming up to Thanksgiving, so I'm going to get with me after Thanksgiving, get with me after Christmas, and then here we go. Can you get with me after Mardi Gras? So I'll tell everybody, my busiest season is really March till like October, beginning November. So when I'm training someone, I'm like, you better plant seeds now because the excuses are coming. Mm-hmm. So I love Mardi Gras. It's a great way to shake hands. You meet a lot of people, a lot of things going on. But I do find appointments sometimes get pushed back because of that.
Well, and the appointments get pushed back definitely during that time between like October and February. But the networking picks up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get a lot more networking and social networking, which helps too, is to get to know people socially as well as business wise, because then you're getting a different conversation with them. They're getting to know you in a different way.
So as a woman in business, what advice would you give another woman that's scared to be put in that? And I'm not trying to do the whole woman theme, but as women, there's a lot of CEO owners that are men, or they can be, the CFO. And I find sometimes when a woman comes in with a strong personality, leadership, it's a little bit hard. But what would you encourage them?
Be strong. Stand your ground. It is hard going into a room full of men sometimes and not being treated as the little girl, like, go get me coffee. But
I wish somebody would ask me to go get them coffee.
I'm sure you'd give them a few words. But no, and I haven't been asked that, but it's the vibe. If you're in a boardroom with older men that have been around a long time, that's their sense of like what women are. They should be not in the boardroom. So what I would say is be prepared. Know what you're going to say. Know what you're going to talk about. Know your business, so that when you do get asked a question, that you're able to talk and be knowledgeable and intelligent and give a good answer.
If you don't know, if you're mad someone's not respecting your worth, you have to know your worth to show it. Mm-hmm. So if you think you're worthy to be in that seat.
And sometimes it's really hard as a woman. It's hard because there's the imposter syndrome. And am I worthy? Did I really do a good job? And so it's hard to have that confidence. A lot of people that when you see them on stage and you think, oh, that person, she's got it. She's so confident. And then you talk to them and they're like, oh, I was sweating, and then it makes them real to you too. But I think most people that are speaking or talking to people, they are confident, but there's always that question inside.
I know it. You have been so great. I've enjoyed this. I need to go hit my networking events this week because y'all have some for Kinder going on in the evenings, and I'm on the West Bank, so I don't want to make that excuse, but I need to try harder.
WBIA, go to that.
I know. I need to do better with that because I know my life after 5 o'clock gets tough.
Yeah.
But like I tell people when it comes to soliciting, if you want to go hit 20 doors that do not want you in there, they do want to not set appointments with you, you have an opportunity to go shake 20 hands at a networking event. Which one are you going to do? Not to mention a networking event you will be more successful with because everybody there is here to talk business. They're expecting appointments. They're expecting introductions. So I always encourage it. So my final question, I ask this to everybody. What is your favorite motivation quote? Something you can open up and look at every day and it's going to keep you grounded.
They may forget what you said or what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
Oh, if that didn't hit the nail. Oh,
that's how I feel.
And the way you do social
Angelou.
media, because when you do something that doesn't put money in your pocket and it helps others, it shows what type of person you are. Liz, you've been awesome. Like, I'm all motivated right now.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's awesome.
This was great.
Thank you for watching Persistent Bosses Podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time.